I am Lights Camera Jackson, and it's Sunday, November 14th, 2021. Almost halfway through November already. Welcome to LCJ Live. It is a special day for a number of reasons. Film's doing well at the box office and lots going on in the world of entertainment. But it's also the return of in-person award shows. And I am thrilled to let everybody know that I will be at the Critics' Choice Documentary Awards today in Brooklyn! Brooklyn in the house! I am so excited to be back. I went in 2016, 2017, and 2018. Couldn't go in 2019 due to conflicts, and obviously last year was COVID. Obviously, COVID's still around, but they are safely having the Critics' Choice Documentary Awards tonight in Brooklyn, and I will be there, and I'm looking forward to seeing what films win tonight for Best Documentary Feature. So many great documentaries this year. And speaking of so great, Jimmy Fallon's pal, Questlove, is going to be there. Questlove, nominated for Summer of Soul. Such an excellent film that I got to see back in June, I believe. So Questlove could win big tonight. A lot of great movies. Flea, I am pulling for Flea. Also, Tina's nominated. Julia is nominated. A lot of great documentaries. A lot of documentaries that didn't even get in this year that were so good. Like Whirlybird, amazing movie. I wish that was nominated. The Charlie Chaplin documentary is fantastic. There are a lot of terrific films this year. So check out my coverage all over the socials for the Critics' Choice Documentary Awards tonight in Brooklyn. We will see what films win. I've got a ghost here. Who are you going to call? It's Ghostbusters week. Can you believe it? Ghostbusters Afterlife opens Wednesday night. Technically Thursday at 4. Some would even say Friday, but the screenings start in some locations on Wednesday night. Ghostbusters is back. We had the reboot 5 years ago, which I liked. Some people did, some people did not. But now we've got the new one. Ghostbusters Afterlife is out this week. How will it do? Obviously, it's going to be number one next weekend. Over King Richard and over Eternals, which is your champion once again. This weekend with $27.5 million. It is at $119 million after 10 days. Saw Eternals the other day. I was one of 7. Not impressed by this movie. Not impressed. What's up, Camden? Sean, thanks for being here on LCJ Live. I don't know if you guys can see my socks. I'm going to put them up and see if you can see the socks. I gotta wait for me. Yeah, you can see them a little bit. It's the movie socks. I'm wearing these movie socks to the documentary awards today. These are really cool socks. Let's see what else we got. Clifford the Big Red Dog. Congratulations to Paramount. Round of applause. Congratulations to Paramount on getting a deal with Regal to show this movie at Regal. That's why it made $16.4 million this weekend, $22 million after 6 days. Paw Patrol, when that came out over the summer, could not get into Regal locations, and so it had a decent opening of about $13 million and $40 million total, but Clifford is definitely going to surpass that $40 million mark within the next week or so, and is already doing really well, because families still want to safely go to the movies, even though a lot of kids are finally getting vaccinated now. Some youngsters who are still not vaccinated still want to go to the movies. They want to get out of the house. The parents want to get out of the house. And so that's why Clifford's doing really well. It's also on Paramount Plus. But props to the studio, which I thought, when they moved the Jackass movie, I thought Paramount was basically giving up on the year. But they moved Clifford back into the equation, and they deserve a round of applause for that. So Clifford the Big Red Dog doing really well. Dune is at $93 million total. It's probably going to get to 100. Warner Brothers will do all they can to get it to $100 million. No Time to Die. Round of applause to MGM, because this has crossed $150 million and could come actually fairly close to the $168 million that both Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace made. So again, you adjust for inflation, it's a little less, but No Time to Die is doing very well post weekend number 1. Venom. Give it up for Sony, crossing $200 million. It's at $203. Venom, Let There Be Carnage, only about $10 million behind what the first Venom made. Sony is thrilled. Obviously, Sony looking at Ghostbusters this week, hoping for big things when it comes to that as well. Disney, they're going, okay, Ron's Gone Wrong only opened to about $7 million a few weeks ago, but we're closing in on 21 now. Because again, families still need films to see. People are discovering Ron's Gone Wrong. The French Dispatch is at about $11.5 million. Antlers and Last Night in Soho at about $9.5 million total. And Spencer with just under $5 million after 10 days. New this weekend, Belfast. I saw Belfast the other night at a showing on Thursday. And the crowd was impressive. It was an impressive number of people at the showing. So I said to myself, this movie's going to make more than people think it's going to make. 1.8 million is what Focus Features is estimating for this weekend. A lot of numbers, predictions I saw were saying maybe 1, 1.2, 1.4. I did not see 1.8, so there you go. Gut feeling, 1.8 million bucks now for Belfast, a film that I am not impressed with. One of my big disappointments, underwhelming films of the year. It does not deserve the Best Picture buzz it is getting. This is a film that has tone issues consistently. This is a film that randomly breaks out into song, not just Jamie Dornan singing Everlasting Love, but also the choices that Kenneth Branagh makes when it comes to the music, how it's placed, where, when. This is a movie that has very forceful acting. Katrina Balfe, Judi Dench, and Kieran Hines, who I think by default give the best performances, but they're still kind of showy. Young Jude Hill, it's a very showy performance. Belfast does not blow me away. I wanted it to. I wanted it to have that feel to it, that Toronto Film Festival Audience Award winner. But boy, I didn't get that from Belfast. I did get that from a film called The Duke that I watched last night with Jim Broadbent and Helen Mirren. Jim Broadbent is sensational in this film. I don't know if it's going to get him an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor because this, getting that, it's so political, it's insane. After doing this for as long as I have, even a performance that's so good, there are a number of reasons why it just won't get into the top 5 of the ballot. But if you love Jim Broadbent, you are going to love him in this movie. He makes the whole thing sing, as I wrote on Twitter last night. And this is the final film from director Roger Michel, who died about a month and a half ago. And what a great final film to have. Because I didn't love Blackbird, that was the previous film he did with Susan Sarandon, and My Cousin Rachel had Park on Hudson. Love Morning Glory. Duke is absolutely his best film since Morning Glory, and it's a fine final film for Roger Michel's career. The way he positions the camera in certain spots, the way he places the characters, the way he lingers a little bit on characters with reaction shots in certain moments and lets Jim Broadbent do his thing. The dialogue is terrific. Helen Mirren, let's get her in the Best Supporting Actress conversation, if we can. She is great. She doesn't do the showy Helen Mirren stuff. I liked her in Hitchcock, but we all know she got some of those nominations for the one showy scene she had in Hitchcock. Helen Mirren, it's a more subdued performance, but she is superb. And her banter with Jim Broadbent, whew, so good. The Duke, Sony Classics. I hope they get this film out there to people to check it out. It's a funny film. It's got some things to say. It's deep. It's a breeze. It's 95 minutes, but boy, it packs a lot in. And just when you think it's over and it's done, it adds on one more surprise, and then one more surprise, and then another surprise at the end that just blew me away. So you got to check out The Duke. Hopefully this will get into the awards conversation. King Richard, speaking of awards, Will Smith getting in the Best Actor buzz. I'll hopefully be seeing King Richard this week. Tick, Tick, Boom, I have seen. Andrew Garfield. It's in select theaters now. It's going to be on Netflix next Friday. Andrew Garfield could really get some Best Actor nominations. He is so much better in Tick, Tick, Boom than he is in The Eyes of Tammy Faye. I walked out of The Eyes of Tammy Faye going, this is one of the worst Andrew Garfield performances I've ever seen. This is one of the best. He was fantastic in Hacksaw Ridge. His work in this is certainly a lot different than what he did in Hacksaw Ridge, but he puts a lot in physically and mentally into this. The piano, head movements, hair movements, the singing, the dancing, the moving around, the manic nature of it all. You can tell the effort that Andrew Garfield put in, and the cast is very good. Robin DeJesus, Vanessa Hudgens, Judith Light has a couple great scenes in Tick, Tick, Boom. So yeah, the cast makes it strong. First half, not as good as the second half, but it's the cast. I've also seen The Power of the Dog. It opens Wednesday. It's Benedict Cumberbatch, who I think is very good. Could get in the Best Actor conversation. But I think the film as a whole, Power of the Dog, Tony Award winner, yes, says DJ Rachopo. And thanks, Ferris 6S, for being here. Name 112A7. Thanks for being here on LCJ Live. Power of the Dog. Looks great. Cumberbatch is very good. Movie itself didn't blow me away. Kirsten Dunst, she's in that supporting actress conversation. It's not an amazing Kirsten Dunst performance. Cody Smith-McPhee, no. And not in the title, the significance of the title doesn't even fully... I get why they called it that, but it doesn't work. It doesn't fully work. Come on. Talk about a movie that doesn't work at all. Joaquin Phoenix, I've got my rapid review up. You can watch it here on Twitter at LCJ Reviews. It's also at lights-camera-jackson.com. Come on, opens Friday in select theaters. Whoo! I mean, we've had a number of bad films lately. Come on is slightly more tolerable than Spencer, but whoo! Yeah, it does not work. It does not work. Forceful. Talk about forceful acting, dialogue, situations, the black and white. Why the why it's presented to us in black and white? There's no reason for that. Scenes that nearly put me to sleep. Seriously, Joaquin Phoenix plays a radio journalist. He goes around the country. He talks to kids. Just ask them, so what do you think about the world? What do you? And he leans his head a little and goes, what do you think's going on with what's happening in the world, and how do you feel? And he asks these 6-year-olds, 12-year-olds, 10-year-olds. He puts the mic out to them, and there's so many of these scenes, and it's just like I'm gonna fall asleep during these, and I'll perk back up a little bit if there's something interesting, which there rarely was. And come on. Yeah, there's a fantastic film coming out in about a week called The Summit of the Gods. Animated movie from Netflix in the theaters and on Netflix. And I talked to the director of that, and you can get that animationscoop.com Q&A this week. New LCJ Q&A podcast episode with the makers of Dogs in Space, a fun new Netflix animated series. That LCJ Q&A coming at you tomorrow. So take a look at that as well. Take a listen to that. And you can listen to the latest episode of the Too Fast, Two Films podcast at toofast2films.com. Mike Sargent and I talk about Red Notice. We also discuss Home Sweet Home Alone, the new Home Alone film on Disney+. How about all those Disney Plus Day announcements? Man, tons of information at us, but hey, new Cars series in about a year. I am looking forward to that. All right, well, when we're back here next Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern, we will see how well Ghostbusters Afterlife did, plus King Richard. We'll preview how House of Gucci and Encanto could do, and talk about the big Thanksgiving movies and more award season buzz. I know they screened Being the Ricardos last night in Los Angeles, and supposedly the reaction was pretty strong for Nicole Kidman and Javier Bardem and J.K. Simmons in Aaron Sorkin's new film all about Lucy and Desi. That's one of the big ones I'm looking forward to for the rest of the year. That, Sing 2, Matrix, I guess, more of intrigue after watching all three of them in a row last year, the first three Matrix movies, so I'm looking forward to those, and some of these other films over the next several weeks, and little surprises like The Duke could pop in at any time, but definitely Being the Ricardos on my list. So we'll be back here next Sunday. Have a safe and happy Sunday. If you're in a football pool, fingers crossed, hope you do well with it. Cody, working man, thanks for being here on LCJ Live. And I'll be reporting tonight from Brooklyn for the Critics' Choice Documentary Awards. We will see which films win. And keep it to all my social media, including Instagram at LightsCamJackson for the latest from there. I am Lights Camera Jackson. Thank you for watching today's episode of LCJ Live. Take care, stay safe, support your theaters, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.